Welcome back to Relay Gun Adventures. This is the OneLeaf Commander NV400 digital day and night scope. This is the full fat version, so this has the optional illuminator and the optional LRF unit. When that LRF unit is attached, it does connect to the main workings of the scope, and you can control it through the menu within the scope itself. So although it's effectively a standalone unit that you clamp on, it does actually become integrated with the scope as soon as it's attached, which is a really nice feature. Also, this isn't the lightest scope in the world, so there might be occasions or situations where you don't want the LRF or the illuminator, so it's great they just come off. Now, the important thing to say about this is that although it's a digital scope like most of the others, and it's a very reasonably priced digital scope, it is a full 4K recording capability scope. You can change that, obviously. It also has a built-in battery that you can recharge, and it has a replaceable or rechargeable battery, and you can have a short battery which keeps this turret nice and low, or you can have a full-length battery, one of these, and there's another turret supply that you screw on, a little bit taller, but obviously a little bit more run time. So at any one time you've got two reservoirs of power. Obviously the illuminator has its own power supply, and you can use any illuminator that you want. It will almost certainly fit this bracket too. This is an LED illuminator according to all the paperwork, which is quite useful because that means it complies with the British standards. As far as overall size goes, it's not small, but it's about the same size as the PARD DS35, but probably half as much weight again, so there is that consideration. It does have very good eye relief. In fact, probably some of the best eye relief I've seen on a night vision scope. The one that always used to impress me was the PARD, because it had about 75mm. This has got at least that, and it also means it's suitable for rimfires and other types of weaponry, not just air rifles, particularly PCP air rifles. Some of those other night vision units, you have to get your eye pretty close to the screen. Now, it is a rectangular screen with curved corners, not a circular display, unlike the PARD and some of the new like Micro, but that's not really an issue. There's so many features on this, and it's so simple to use that it more than compensates for that one small feature. It does have some very well put together componentry. Now you have a big zoom ring on the front. You've got 13 times digital zoom. The menu button, which sits above the eye box here, you can use that to zoom as well as to operate the menu and make selections. There are quick access buttons here. The power button is around the side, so you're not going to accidentally press that. Everything is kind of well thought out. It looks very well put together. It comes with, in the full fat version, the rings, the adapter for the torch that clips onto the rings that are supplied, and the LRF unit and the torch, and some eyepieces and sunshade, and just about anything you can think of that you might need. It's all in the box. So this is kind of a first look stroke unboxing video without the box. I just don't do unboxings. So I'm really impressed. I really like it. I haven't put it on a rifle for this video. I'm just going to take some quick footage through the scope, daytime digital footage. The next video will be some nighttime footage and some shooting. I'm going to try this on a couple of rifles. Haven't actually made a final decision yet. Certainly the Brocock, that's why it's out. It's going to go on there, and I'm probably going to pop it on. I'm thinking I might try the Air Arms TX200. Although that's a very smooth, low recoil air rifle, so I might have to look at something a little bit tougher to give it a good test. But anyway, the vast majority of people that buy these will put them on a PCP or on a rimfire. They're probably not going to be shooting these on springers, but I'm going to, just to see how it works out. So that's the plan. This is what I've got. The next video I do, which will be more in depth, we'll look at all the features more closely, and we'll compare what we get to what the box and the instructions say. That'll also have the pricing, and I'll do the comparison video with the PARD DS35, so you can see how they stack up next to each other, and we can look at the pricing there as well. This is available now in the UK. As I said, it has a separate illuminator, and this one says it's LED, which would mean it's compliant with the UK and European standards. Some aren't, and that's something that really needs to be talked about another time, but this one is. So without further ado, let's have a little look at some video through the scope. I'll be right back. This first tree is around about 60 yards from where I'm standing, and I'm on base magnification. I'm filming this in 4K, but the video is saved in 1080p, so you don't appreciate just how sharp and crisp it is, but it does give you a very good idea. Little bit of wind noise there, but that just proves the microphone works. Just moving around a bit just to give you an appreciation of the quality of the image. A little bit of zoom. Now this second tree, this is about 100 yards, and I've started on full magnification, and I'm going to step backwards now. You can see it zooms out in steps rather than a smooth progression, but that's not unusual for these digital scopes. And even on base mag it looks pretty good. Still crisp. You can still make out a pigeon or a crow. Okay, so that is what you get when you film on the scope. It takes an SD card. It takes up to 128 gig SD card. They chucked in a 32, I think, but I had a couple of 128s kicking around for other things, so I've put one of those in, and I'm going to do my best to fill that up, see how long that takes. I'm also interested in the overall runtime, so I'm going to charge everything up, put in the large battery, the taller turret, and just see how long it takes to go flat out and about. Now obviously over time that would change because battery life decreases, charge time decreases the more you charge them, but from new I'll be able to give you a figure that will give you a good idea. If you're interested in something like this, I'll put a link in the description so you can go and have a look at their website, but bear in mind this is just the first look video, there's more to come. I may well actually, because I like the way it films and the way it records sound, which my go-to digital scope doesn't, I may well keep this on and use this for other work and other videos, but if I do, I'll let you know. Anyway, that's enough for now. I don't want to talk too much about something I haven't really had a chance to review properly, so I'm going to get to work and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.